I will never forget my very first cup of real Indian chai. I was traveling in India on an extra crowded bus when we traveled from Delhi to Agra and stopped in the middle of nowhere next to a really small, humble chai vendor. At first, I was completely hesitant about drinking from his funny clay cups, and at the same time, absolutely fascinated about the way the locals gulped down this delicious boiling drink, tossing the cups into the ground as if it was the most natural thing to do. And it actually was. The cups, made of clay, dried in the sun, touched the earth and blended it, and within minutes, they disappeared as if they never existed. Seeing this, I knew that all I ever learned about sustainability design turned pale in front of this ingenious invention. I started asking myself, how can products, like people, come from dust and to dust return? For 10 years, I held this question within me. It was eating me from within, waiting to be discovered. And when I saw this image in a workshop led by Daphna Yalon, I knew I found my clue. Traditionally, soil surfaces are used to create furniture which is connected to the walls or to the ground. And by these images, I was fascinated to discover whether I could find a way to create standalone, durable, portable furniture that is relevant to our lives here today. I started exploring different technologies prevalent in the Middle East, read about technologies from Iraq, from Iran, from Palestine. And by the books, I was led into the fields to collect the appropriate materials. I found myself becoming a designer-gatherer, researching the ancient techniques, mixing them with new ones, and slowly coming up with old new methods towards a future of truly organic products. I also, on the road, found this phenomena of man-made mountains. You know how building constructors sometimes throw away their dug-up material in the middle of a natural reserve simply because it's the most cheapest way to get rid of the material? Well, these became my very personal treasures. My opportunity for a free of charge renewable resource, and also an opportunity to clean up a forest. Slowly, everything started coming together. And when I received a phone call from the Design Museum in Hulon to present my work, I knew I was ready to create my very first Terra products. One evening, I was traveling to Jerusalem to visit my parents. On the way, I shared with my cousin how scared I was to tell my father what I was working on, since I knew that this time he would think I lost it completely. Later on, Friday night, dinner table, my father asks, "Well, what are you going to present in the museum?" Expecting the worst reaction ever, I put on me the most serious professional voice I could find and say, "I'm going to present 3 stools made of compressed earth." My father looks at me, a bit stunned, and simply says, "You know, your grandmother used to create ovens from earth in Iraq." My grandmother? And when I showed him this image, which I took in Arabe, a village in the north of Israel, he said, "This is my mother's oven." I mean, here I was, working on this project, thinking I'm bridging ancient history When this technology existed in my own family, one generation away, imagine how much precious knowledge is around us in our immediate circles, waiting to be discovered before it is too late. This reminded me once again how crucial it is to lean back into the heritage taught to us by our ancestors and reinvent it, taking it forward, applying the most contemporary scientific and technological knowledge, creating a future in which also our products have grandchildren. And these are the Terrace tools. They're 100% organic, can be produced locally everywhere using local earth and agricultural waste. They are absolutely natural, create no pollution, require zero energy. And also, they are living artifacts that can bring a rare and unique sense and scent to every room. They also have the very unique potential to hold an emotional value. This grace tool here, for example, is made from leftover earth, which I collected from a very significant archaeological site here in the city. Just imagine how many stories it carries within it. And going back to the vision of products coming from dust and returning there. When you had enough with any of the Terra furniture, you can simply leave them in the garden, let them slowly melt down, or you can break them down into pieces, mixing them together with some water and remolding them into any function, any form you may desire. Thank you.